Why fucking? Why did I love you? Why did I trust you? What's good? MarlonmadethatTV back with another video, and today we have Baddies Africa Reunion Part 3. You feel me? But before we get into that, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and turn on post notification bells to see updated all forms of new content. But before we get into that, make sure you like, comment, share, and turn on post notification bells to be updated with all forms of new content. Okay, so it leads off with Natalie getting DTB, and Natalie got that. You know, as much as I like DTB, I'm going to get into Natalie because, yeah, she was able to get up on her. But Tavy did help her, and she had rings on, so that was her advantage. You feel me? Because, I was like, oh, no, Diamond. But then again, Natalie didn't want to run around too, but we're going to get into that. So Natalie, she got DTV bad. Like, I'm talking about her eye, her lip, her nose. Like she really did. I hate to say it, but she really did her big one. But Natalie was weird because she definitely put her rings on. They ran backstage. Like, Diamond ran after Natalie to go backstage to get her, but Natalie was not trying to be found. She left the whole set. Like, she went backstage. Like, not even backstage on the stage. She went backstage to the parking lot. Like, she was not trying to fight her again. You feel me? Security is weird for that, no shade. And Natalie, you didn't stand in the paint. Like, all you did was just throw a mic at Fauna and ran up and had TV hold Diamond. Like, that's weird. And Natalie copped a whole plea. Natalie copped a whole plea with Rolly, and I'm gonna get into this because both of them were online, especially Rolly. Rolly was doing interviews, story posts. Like, she was really getting at Natalie hard body about taking her spot, her not doing enough, knowing the ladies, and her really being around there, and people calling her the new CEO and stuff like that. So it's really, it gets to a point, but they both seemed like they didn't want to smoke. And Natalie, she definitely did not want to smoke, talking about some, oh, we could finish this on Baddies USA, we could finish this. Like, no. And I've seen them at bookings. They're actually cool again. So, yeah, both of them didn't really want that from each other. You feel me? And she wants to talk it out with Rolly, which is funny to me because she was not having that energy with Diamond. Like, she did not want to talk it out with Diamond. She just wanted to fight Diamond, you know? But Natalie didn't make a point because Diamond do be sneaking, though. But then again, Diamond sneak, but she'll give you a head up. So, Rolly said that Natalie hates Tommy. Like, she don't like Tommy. She's never been a fan of Tommy and stuff like that. So, Tommy gagged a little bit, and she made a face at Natalie, like, what? Like, just, are you cool? But then apparently, because the whole drama started because Amber Rose told Rolly something that Natalie said, but it was cap. But basically, Tommy and Amber Rose were sharing a dude. That's why she went back and told Rolly whatever, but she didn't even show up for the reunion. And honestly, she didn't even need to have a spot on the season. It could have been another celebrity guest that would have shook up the house or made it more interesting. So, Amber, Latina Rose, boo, tomatoes. Again, I feel like Natalie and Rolly were both copping a plea with each other because Rolly, she don't really want to lose her job or her spot on Zeus. And Natalie, she don't want to get toured by Rolly. She do not need part 2 with Baddies South, so she wants to leave it at that. You know what I mean? So Anna goes and checks on Diamond, but they won't let Diamond run up on Natalie. They got security. They got Diamond off the stage, but they have security on standby just in case she gets through to Natalie. So Natalie starts explaining it. I don't really want to get into the conversations because honestly, this reunion was very lackluster. So I'm excited for the new season more so. Natalie and Rolly finally talk about their issues and why they even got into it in the first place. And basically, this nail tech that Natalie had was being messy to Rolly and was telling her wrong, I guess. But then Janisha and Saucy got talked to, like, you guys were online, you know, talking stuff back and forth. Because I'm like, wait, hold on. So, yeah, they said, Rolly, you did say you felt like you were doing Natalie's job, but she explained, like, I kind of was because Natalie wasn't home. You know, you was taking trips and you were going out and doing this, but she was more so saying it in a joking manner. She wasn't saying it in like a I'm checking you manner. This was what she was doing. So then Rolly admits she was just trolling Natalie and Mai. She wasn't trying to be serious, but I'm like, what? Like, Okay, so Natalie starts trolling Diamond, but she don't want to get in the field. She's like, I'm not fighting you again. I'm not fighting you again. And your baby is the crowd's, you know, they're like, get round two. Even the crowd know Natalie's scared. She don't want no fucking smoke. Like, you feel me? They're like, round two. She like, no, I'm not fighting you again. And I did say, it's true. Diamond do be sneaking, but at least she'll give you a head up after. Like, Natalie would not give you a head up. And Natalie had rings on. Let's be real. And Tavy was holding DTB down. Like, what's up with that? Like, that was hella weird. So fast forward, Dolly ends up calling out K-Rican. They get that. I'm not gonna lie, Dolly tore K-Rican about the frame, but what do you expect? She was whipping her all season. Lex ends up calling out Fauna for round 3. Faina ate a little bit, like she had a couple hits in, but Lex overall ate her this whole reunion. Lex and Dolly, yeah, y'all ate, no shade. So as Lex has her back turned, Tavy sneaks Lex from behind. She hit that eye. I was like, ooh, you feel me? But it's also weird because the only way you could hit her like that is when you got to sneak or she's off guard, which is kind of crazy. So Tavy runs up on Lex, and Lex tore Tavy again. That shit was just, oof. She ran into the crowd, which I was confused at. I'm like, girl, you got beat the fuck up. What you running into the crowd for? But I'm going to get that to Lex again. She really didn't lose this reunion. Santana is messy, like, for making Tavy and Dolly fight. They have fought numerous rounds that day in that theater room for the chain. When Dolly went in her room to give it to Rolly so she could give it to Tavy. So it's like, why do they need to fight against Santana? He just messy. Sometimes in a funny way, but then sometimes it could be like too much. But Tavy and Dolly didn't end up getting that. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't care what no one says. Dolly ended up tearing Tavy. Dolly was already knotted up and her eye messed up from Pretty P, fighting Pretty P. But after that, she was putting belt to everything walking. So Tavy got ate up, you know. Dolly tried to bite Tavy, which I'm like, damn, understandable, because you did try to bite Lex. Like, no, you did bite Lex. Matter of fact, you didn't try, you did. Like, you literally took a chunk of this girl's skin. So if you get bitten, that's on you, and you made it cool like that. Don't hire the crowd again. Whoever was in that crowd, I don't care. I do not need y'all next season, next reunion, none of that, because y'all are hella biased. And I get you got favorites and people you don't like, but when Lex was trying to talk and explain what was going on, like in the big 3, y'all kept booing. It was just like, I could have done without. So after Dolly fought Tavy, I don't know if she was trying to kick Tavy or whatever, but she fell on the floor, and then Kokilla tried to run up and put Dolly, like, run up and kick Dolly, but nothing happened. So everybody tried jumping Dolly, and I'm like, what? Now this is what threw me off, because everybody was like, oh, they watched Dolly. What the fuck? They're like, oh, they watched Dolly get jumped, as in Summer and Lex, but security, it was like 5 securities on Summer and Lex. So what were they supposed to do for real? Because when they seen that Killer and all them got up, that's when they got up, nigga. But it's the way the cameras were. But again, they're not even cool now. But that, we gonna say that to you for the next season. You feel what I'm saying? And Santana, how were they supposed to help Dolly? Because he's like, y'all fake. Y'all don't want to help y'all friend. Y'all been jumping all season. Da-da-da-da. How are they supposed to help them? And security's holding them back. Make it make sense, Santana. Like, what? That doesn't even make sense. So Lex tried to get some dialogue in, but she did make a point. Lex didn't jump anybody for Dolly or Summer. She might have took FaZe, but she never ducked. And don't get me wrong, Lex did do more sneaking this season, but she will run a head up with you. Like, I don't remember her just packing people out, like just jumping on them. And even on the bus when it was 3v3, it was a 3v3. They didn't jump them. Like, maybe Dolly and Summer, but that was it. Like, they never really, like, you know what I'm saying, jumped like that. So after that happened, Lex ends up calling out Anna for talking shit online towards her. And I'm not gonna lie, it looked like Anna definitely did not want smoke. Lex called for Anna to get in the field for one round to get it over with, and she turned it down. You know what I'm saying? It's like she didn't really want to fight her, but you want to troll her online. So Anna said she won't comment on Lex no more, you know what I'm saying? And just leave it alone, because at the end of the day, like, you keep trolling, but everybody don't play how you play. And then it's like you want to pick and choose your battles, because if it's Summer, you ready to brawl 24 hours a day. When it's Lex, you barely want to get that bitch 20 seconds. So it's like, you know, you're picking and choosing who you want to step in the field with and, you know, do it with. But, you know, Anna just says she won't speak on her no more, which is cap, because she spoke on her again even after this. So it's like, dang. Tavy, please, you just want to play victim. Like, and then you poke the bear. Please shut the fuck up. Like, no shade. It's just You antagonize Lex and you make her seem like she's this bully. You are a grown-ass woman. A grown woman. You are 45 plus girl. You are a grown woman. That girl is like 20-something. She could literally be your daughter. Like, no shade. Like, it's just... like, you kept being loud, crying. It was just, TV, I was just whatever. So, Diamond ends up leaving the stage looking for Natalie. That shit was funny. She's just leaving backstage to go look for Natalie, and security's just chasing her. So, Lex says, fuck your birthday, while punching her lights out. It was the funniest run back, because I did not know when Lex snuck TV during that scene that she was like, fuck your birthday, while punching her. That was crazy. So, Tavy just kept interrupting Lex. Like, I'm just like, oh my gosh, can you hush the fuck up? Let her explain her side. Like, you just over there, but you're an angel. Oh. I don't want to hear that. Like, if you're going to get dialogue, sit down and have the conversation so we can hear both sides reasonably. Like, y'all just keep cutting each other off. Like, what? Like, let's be real. And I kind of see... Well, hold on, I'm going to get to that. Summer gives her last thoughts. They ended up giving last thoughts. Summer, I only said Summer's last thoughts in a few of them because it was just like, you know, do we really need to go over all their last thoughts? Like, so Summer not wrong for calling out P for taking a fade because you fought Dolly. Why didn't you fight Tavy? I mean, you came in there on that, you know. The fans are mad weird. They were not letting Lex explain herself. They were not letting her do anything. When Scotty spoke up and kept cutting Lex off, I was getting annoyed. And she's like, oh, I run this. Like, I said, oh my gosh, that's what, see, you got her fucking the boss. Now her ego so inflated, she feeling like she bigger than the program. And it's just like, I'm not feeling that. Honestly, in my opinion, I'm just not feeling it. You feel what I'm saying? So the fans are mad weird. Lex wasn't wrong for getting on Scotty. Scotty be picking and choosing, and she be inserting herself in her business. You feel what I'm saying? And I feel like there's always, fans always switch up when someone goes against Scotty. It's weird. And not gonna lie, she be picking and choosing, because look at the security for BIG3 when they fight, and then for Scotty. Okay, then you can't tell me about no favoritism, because you can clearly see there's a difference. Like, she's a protected asset, and they're just willy-nilly getting their head beat in. You feel me? Lex making sense. That's why they keep over-talking her and trying to shut her up, but, you know, it is what it is. And Lex wasn't wrong for sneaking Scotty, because she kept being PC'd up. Not even her being PC'd up, but her keep injecting herself into Lex's business when it has nothing to do with her. And then she's saying, oh, she's not a baddie because all she do is fight. She's not a baddie because of this. But nigga, what do you do? That makes you a baddie. The fuck? And if fighting isn't part of being a baddie, why is the show entails y'all fighting? If that was the case, if y'all went 20, maybe 23, 24 episodes without fighting, I'm telling you, Zeus Network would shut the fuck down. And the reason why I say that is because you made your bread and butter off of viral fights, bro, not off of looks, confessionals, personality. That comes with it. Eve sayings, all that comes with it. And I'm not saying those things can't be the focal point of the show, but we all know what Baddies entails as far as a squabble show. So when you just say that as an excuse you're not a fighter, it just makes you look kind of dumb. That's like, yeah, I don't like cooking, but I'm a whole chef. It don't make, you know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't make sense, like, especially with the occupation like that. So Janisha asked them for their final thoughts. Summer said, final motherfucking thoughts. Fuck all y'all Picassos. That shit, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, yo, that shit is too real. I'm like, yo. But then Elsie ended up clocking K-Rika too, because she said K-Rika has spoke on TV before the reunion and she didn't do nothing, which is true. And the rest of the ladies give their final thoughts, but I didn't get through all that, honestly, because I was just ready to, Baddies USA trailer. But as far as this season, like I said, there was moments where I really liked it. Don't get it twisted. Like when they brought Stunna, the whole Pretty Three versus the Big Three, like the certain storylines, the certain episodes was really intriguing. But I feel like for the sum of the season, like the total season, is just, it's mid, but not one of the best seasons. But it's better than Baddies Atlanta, for sure. It's way better than Baddies Atlanta. Like, I'm not even gonna hold you, and I know that's a wild comparison, but it's the truth for me. But that's the end of the video. And if you stay to the end, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and turn on post notification bells so y'all did all forms of new content. And I'm gonna see y'all next video. Yeah. Talking about nothing but sex. I don't got nobody else. I'm tired. This peaceful like this, always like this. If I do wrong, better give me the work.